Hello, everyone. Yes, I just want to quickly bring to you guys this update because there've been a lot of, outreach. People are speaking up. People are like airing their minds. They are not happy with what is happening in Nigeria. The rascality of this government when it comes to spending taxpayers' money. I don't even know if they understand that people undergo so much pain, in earning this money that they use in paying their taxes. And when these taxes are paid, our politicians use this money as if, it was just gotten from the thin air. So Mr. Peter Obi has come out to air his view. He's like condemning this government, considering the way they waste the little resources that we have in Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi has condemned it. Everybody is like lamenting on the way TINUBU and his advisors, because we don't even know how they came about taking 1,400 plus persons to Dubai just for a climate change conference. We all know he once rejected this climate change of a thing, when he was trying to campaign for his election. He was saying that Nigeria, that is of no relevance to Nigeria. And today, he has taken 1,400 plus persons to Dubai. People are asking for what? Nigeria is a poor country, no matter how they try to paint it. Somebody tweeted and said, look at them going as if Nigeria has got surplus. Tomorrow now you will see them going to beg for loan. This person was saying, look at them tomorrow. You will see them going to beg for loan after, posing as if Nigeria is one of the wealthiest, or let me just say among the wealthy countries. Look at the president of Nigeria and the people that followed him. The record is saying 1,411 persons. They had to use 3 flights in taking these people to Dubai, and this is going to cost Nigeria 880 million naira at such a time that Nigerians are struggling to survive, struggling to eat. Look at the delegate. Climate, they are going to eat. This is going to be coming from taxpayers' money. I mean, people's money. The hard-earned money of Nigerians is what they are going to be using to handle all these expenses. So there've been a lot of condemnation. I mean, a whole lot. People have been lamenting, considering the way this government has been behaving. You just see that they have no clue on what to do when it comes to governance. All they've been embarking on and traveling, the next would just be to borrow money, borrow and borrow, and we don't even know how they want to channel the money they are borrowing. Look at it, TINUBU, even this man, you see the white-colored man, people have been saying that he was once convicted as money launderer. Now, you can see the president saying that he is a confidant to the president, to President TINUBU. Tell me, what role is this man, who is even not a Nigerian, what role is he going to play in that conference, going with the president? What is the role he is going to play? So Mr. Peter Obi has really come out to condemn this, will I call it rascality, in the way our government spends people's, taxpayers' money. Dubai, 3 plane loads of 1,411 delegates represents Nigeria at COP28. This is it. 1,411 persons TINUBU took with him. When Nigerians are asked to tighten up their belts, Nigerians are asked to bear, to suffer the pain, that you are going to suffer it and suffer it for once because they remove fuel subsidy. Peter Obi has come hard on TINUBU, telling him that, Mr. Man, this is just you wasting the scarce resources on Dubai climate climate junket. You are just wasting the little that Nigeria has. Peter Obi has always said, you don't borrow for consumption. But this government borrows this money that we've been talking about borrowing for some time now. Buhari left heap of money, debt that they borrowed. This government has continued. And Peter Obi keeps saying, you don't just, there's nothing wrong in borrowing. But when you borrow, you are just wasting it, just like we see them doing today. We've been talking of renovating houses for the president, the vice president, buying fleets of cars, and then Wike has come out to say, oh, this time it's not even renovation. They are going to build a brand new residence for the vice president. That one is going to cost 15 billion in Abuja. People are saying, my God, is it at such a time when ASU is shouting, Nigerian doctors are leaving the country in droves because of full care of them? Image yesterday that was showing how many hospitals, different wards in different hospitals have closed down because they lack staff. Many doctors don't even want to work again in Nigeria. They are just leaving Nigeria because nobody pays them well. Nobody attends to their need. Nobody tries to look into their allowances. The issue of Nigeria is just working for the politicians. We work for these politicians. When they want to travel, they travel as if they are the Queen Elizabeth of England. When they want to travel, they travel as if they are the president of the United States. Nigeria even spend more than most of these wealthy countries. So you can imagine this president taking this number of people with him just for this conference that, he once condemned, but today he's seeing it as an opportunity, for him to just, we don't know, maybe he just want to go and celebrate Christmas with the delegates, because some of them, it doesn't even make sense when you go through the list, because I've seen the list. You begin to wonder, why is he taking almost all the ministers, the this, the that, the white skinned man I just showed you guys. They said that one is his confidant. That's who he took to this conference. So many people, this Rufai was saying it. I checked through the list of delegates and I'm shocked at our frivolousness. Serious climate summit. That is it. This is, people are shouting the way this government of TINUBU. Buhari once said Nigerians are going to miss him. That is it. We're thinking that Buhari's government was going to be the worst government that has ever existed in the history of Nigeria. But you can see Buhari said, you guys are going to miss me. And that is what is happening. And Nigerians are already missing Buhari. Because what we are seeing on ground is really on a video with you guys just for you to say about all this. That is it. He said, look at the size of the entourage. You would think Nigeria was hosting, sorry, that image just went off. You would think it's Nigeria that is even hosting the event and not the UAE. After this kind of entrance, only to solicit for loans later. This is not this is not funny. This is simply madness. So you see, after this size of people, you see them entering a particular gathering, and then tomorrow you still go to those countries and say, please, we don't have roads. Can you people help us fund our infrastructures? Can you people help us build hospitals? We don't have good hospital. Our health system is in shambles. Can you help us with our school blocks to build schools? You can imagine. Go to the north. It's some of these bodies like the UNESCO, the UN, and all that. They are the ones building some few schools for Nigeria. Nigeria will always pose itself as a poor country when it gets to attending to the needs of the citizen. They will pretend as if there is no money. When ASU comes now to embark on strike, you will see they will tell them no work, no pay. They will threaten them to go back to work when what ASU is asking is not even much. But when it comes to them spending, taking this, these are all Nigerians. So in case you think they are just walking on the street and there are some passerbys here, no, these are the people that this government took alongside with them to this conference. to a climate summit. Not even, it's not even as if it's an economic, forum. Let's go and discuss how to generate more money, how to partner with other countries and all that. No, this one is just to go and discuss about how Nigeria is going to maybe reduce all this emission that spoils the climate and all that. And look at it. The president packed and packed. You need to see that list. I have that list, just I didn't include it in some of these clips. You would have seen the people that this government included, to travel alongside with the president. After UAE general visa ban on Nigeria. He's saying that after, as in, this is just the opportunity for them to go and celebrate Christmas there, because there is no visa for Nigerians who want to travel. So the government, now Nigerian government, just make it an open invitation that if you want, if you know you've been desiring to go to to Dubai to enjoy Christmas, this is an opportunity. They had to charter 3 different flights to take these people to Dubai. Nigerians, this is condemnable. This is bad. This is really bad for us as a country. We can't afford to allow this country, keep sinking every day. You see, how Nigeria, the world's, look at our position, 165. That's the position of our GDP, almost the last per capita, packed the 3rd highest delegates to Dubai. We are the people, we came 3rd when it comes to the that is hosting it. There is another country that Nigeria came 3rd. Nigeria, TINUBU gathered 1,000 plus persons to go for this meeting. Let me just share this video with you guys and let me know what your take is, because I'm also going to be sharing with you. Let's listen to what Aisha Yusufu got to say about this.
Have you seen the video of the impostor being headed like a lost sheep, just going, just pack people to feel important? Tinubu doesn't realize that thing that he's looking for, that craving for attention, that craving for power, it's inside him. He can never get it because he lost so much. He lost his identity, have had to take other people's identity, have lived a lie. No matter what you try to crave around you, it's missing because it isn't inside of you. And then just seeing this whole uh just crazy, right? It's just really crazy. The entourage they took to Dubai with all the suffering that is here, when we're supposed to be cutting cost of governance, people that for some climate summit, people that are not supposed to be there, all sorts of, people's money being wasted, and then anyone. Anyway, take a look.
That is it, just wasting the little
Slightly
resources.
behind that of China with its billions of people, such a manner of carrying so many delegates. Nigeria is the 3rd country, I think, yeah, the 3rd country after Dubai, of course, to have brought the largest amount of delegate. One of the poorest countries, always seeking for loans, and yet spending so much. I think our delegates are just slightly behind that of China with its billions of people. In short, Canada, the citizens of Canada are there flogging their. In short, you can't even begin to imagine the kind of people that are on that list that have gone on. And one of the things that comes to my mind is the fact that, look, yes, Dubai has sort of, like, Nigeria is under a visa ban, so Nigerians are not given visas to go to UAE, United Arab Emirates. That's of course part of the places that Dubai is, and you know how much Nigeria Nigerians love to visit Dubai and be there and do all sorts of things. I remember, I think it was it 2007, if I'm not mistaken. Myself and my kids were on
So,
holiday
guys, just to
in
cut the
Dubai,
long
and
story
we had got.
short, Aisha Yusufu is condemning what Buhari is doing, taking this number of persons, and she made reference to Canada. She said Canada took just 100 persons, and the Canadians are already shouting. They are like shouting that why should their government take 100 persons to this same meeting that Buhari took 1,400, almost 1,500 persons. Canada took just 100. And the people of Canada are shouting and saying it's too much for the government to take 100 persons to this conference. And Nigerian government took 1,400 plus persons. Nigerians, we must rise up to the occasion to hold this government responsible. This is getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand. You get to know that they don't even know what to do. They've got no clue on how to help Nigeria. They don't have any clue. You can't even give what you don't have. You can't. And that is what we are just seeing. Tell me the drastic steps that this government has taken since they came into power in rescuing Nigeria, in saving Nigeria from the condition we have found ourselves. Nothing. They just want to get the loan, and then how to manage the loan is difficult. They will just be going around spending the money, spending it in a way that you, as a Nigerian, when you look at it, you will not be happy. Peter Obi has blasted this government over wasting our resources. They are just wasting the little money that we have because, like I've just said, you can't give what you don't have. And that is it. Tinubu's outsized delegation to cost 880 million to fly. This is it. This is the money they are going to be paying just for the flight expenses, not even their meals and other things, the hotel rooms and other things. No, this one just to fly this number of persons is going to cost Nigeria 880 millions. Nigeria, not thousands, millions of naira that we are going to be paying because Tinubu wants to please possibly those he feels that helped him during the election. But we know that he himself came out to say he knows many of you did not vote for me. He knows he didn't win the election, just that INEC and the judiciary took Nigerians unaware to give him that mandate. And that is why when you don't get something the legitimate way, you cannot make something good out of it. That's just what we are seeing today. They don't even know how to manage the system at the moment. And look at it. The little money we have, they say we should tighten up our belt. They are busy wasting it. See, 3 plane loads of delegates represents Nigeria. 3 airplanes. That is it. This is what they used in taking these people to Dubai. At whose expense? You and I, Nigerians, you are the one to pay for the cost. The taxpayer, the person who has a small shop and does not even have generator, in generating electricity, he will still pay tax, and these are politicians who just waste it the way they want. We've seen so many businesses folding in Nigeria. We've seen so many foreign businesses leaving Nigeria, and it does not bother our leaders. It doesn't bother them. They are just busy enjoying the money, using it the way they want without considering that this money, this 880 million, you don't know how many school blocks is going to build for our students. You don't even know what impact it's going to make in a tertiary institution. You don't understand that with this money, they can erect a very befitting hospital where people can go and get diagnosed and, well treated at the same time. But they don't think about all that. You can imagine taking 1,411 delegates just for this climate conference. For me, I don't even see anyway, people have really questioned the importance of these people being in Dubai with the president. What are they are not going to be speaking there. They don't even have, there is no, outstanding role they are going to be playing there. He just used the taxpayers' money to help them go to Dubai. And I know you must have seen that this we all must condemn. We must condemn this because It is the taxpayers' money that they are wasting, and that is it. Like I told you guys, this white skinned man, he said he is his confidant. So we don't know. This is somebody that was linked to, the money laundering during the time of Abacha. Now he is the confidant of to Mr. Tinubu. What a country do we have? And he's part of this delegate. He's part of this delegate. So we'll be using Nigeria's taxpayers' money to sponsor his going to the UAE. I don't know how you are seeing all these things. If indeed you are seeing it the way I'm seeing it, I think it is time we start holding this government responsible, because it appears they don't even know what to do for Nigerians. So let me allow you listen to what Mr. Peter Obi once said, because this video has been trending on the social media. Just listen to him, and then I'll be sharing with you another video where an analyst just analyze all this, and then we'll call it a day. So let me bring Mr. Peter Obi's video.
Can tell you the number of traveling budgets, logistics, the corridors of name is almost 500 to 600 million. I believe you can do with, if you times again 600 times 36, I believe you can do all your travels for a third of that. You save 115. So if you look at what I've showed you now, you're going to save over 1 trillion. And I can tell you it is practical. People will say to me, Peter, how is this possible? How is it not possible? My dear, I was the governor. When I came to office, my first 4 trips to Abuja, I traveled with over 30 people. Over 30. Everybody have a title to be in the plane. Everybody have a title to do this. So, wait a minute. I'm the only person invited to Abuja. I pay for 30 people who have no reason to be in Abuja. They constitute a problem to the traveling public. They follow me to Abuja. I'm the one who is going to go to meeting. Because they idle in a hotel, they eat more. So I have a lot of bills to pay. In the end, every trip was costing me over 10 million. One trip. And there are times I do this 4 or 5 times in a month. So after about the third or fourth trip, I sat down and said, I want you to write name of everybody from me and tell me why and what is the purpose of this person going to be in Abuja. What do they do? When they finish, I found out the only person that needs to go to Abuja is me. So I said to them, leave it, because some of you must have heard Peter Obi travels alone. No, because the other people, I don't need them in Abuja. I give you an example. If I were taking police from Waka to Abuja, there might be about 12, 20, 15 security men. And then each time I go, let me use today's pricing. One ticket one way is about 30,000. Coming back is at 20,000. I found out that I can talk to the IG then Onovo. I said, Onovo, when I'm in Abuja, give me 3 policemen. The other person, give me 2. When I'm going, I give them 5,000, which is not up to ticket of one person going. I said, give 2 people. Nobody followed me to Abuja. So when I come, the people say,
Oh my God.
Peter Obi is traveling on his own, he's carrying his bag. I'm a young man, I can carry my bag.
Of course. So, guys, I don't know for you. Listening to Peter Obi sometimes just give me one natural joy and, happiness. This man is loaded. He has wisdom. So there is no need to start breaking down what he said. He is very clear to everybody. Peter Obi knows how to manage anything you give him. When it comes to reducing waste, he knows how to do that. This is what this government is lacking. They just bring money. They don't know how to channel it properly. They don't even know how to reduce costs. You heard him, you heard what he said. When he became the governor, each trip he's going, you will see people going with him. He doesn't even know why they are going with him. And he will be the only one needed for that meeting. At the end of the day, these ones will just be in the hotel eating and the bills will be accumulating. And when he looked at it, he felt, oh, I'm the only one needed for this meeting. So why do I need to go with all these people? At the end, he started reducing the cost, and he saved so much for the state. So, but this government, they don't think. No doubt they spend so much in buying votes, in even buying people that will come to the campaign ground, so that you think, oh, there was a lot of people, doing their campaign. They will pay them at the end of the month, because they know once they get into government, they will still want to recover that money. They spend anyhow. They don't know how to manage the resources of the nation. And that is what Peter Obi has come out to condemning TINUBU, the way they've taken this number of persons to the UAE for just no cost. This is not going to help Nigeria at all at such a time that we are struggling. We are really, really struggling. But would they listen to us? They won't, because they feel once you are into politics, you've not done anything, you've not been able to, go into business to earn money. You've not feel the pain of earning, even if it's just $1. You are just busy eating from taxpayers' money. If they give you money to manage, you will not be able to manage it. But when you know what it means to generate wealth from nothing, just like people like Peter Obi, they are people who have embarked on businesses that they started from scratch. But these politicians, they are busy eating pension. Don't forget that TINUBU was once a governor of Lagos State. He became a senator, and he has become like he was the APC, like the Lord in APC as a party chieftain. And today he's a president. So they've just been, evolving or revolving around politics without them going into business, starting a business, running it with your hand. All they know is let politics give them the money. So when they come into government, you don't expect them to manage the resources of the nation very well, because they don't understand what it takes a taxpayer to generate that money that they use that way. So let's just take a quick look at this video, and then we are going to be calling it a day. Just
case waiver on
with a during
for the president and everything, and it was, as they will say, gallivant. I don't have a problem with that power walk. It's just that usually you expect a power walk by a president, by a sitting president in your own territory. The sort of power walk that we had when Donald Trump, held the Bible, left, the White House and went to that church, and came back. It demonstrates security, demonstrates that you are on top, of the situation. But he was in Dubai, possibly moving from the hotel to the venue of the pre-meetings and everything. But, we did touch on the huge number of delegates earlier on. You remember at the beginning of the program. It's something that I believe will trend, for the rest of the week, given the names that, we're seeing on that list. There's even the name of, how was it described? Like a confidant, of the president on that, because there must be a description of.
Have you seen the list?
I've seen the list.
I have not seen the
Oh
list.
yeah, it's
I saw a list, but it was a picture.
I've seen the list. I've seen the list, and there's a breakdown of the list. How many people from the federal government, from which agencies of government, how many from the state, and from some pictures. You have seen the governor of Lagos State there with his environment commissioner, which will be in order because we are discussing environment. But there are many people. Look at what we had with Vietnam, John Molafe, a regulatory body, and all those people behind honor, and you are wondering, that's just one agency, of government, and you have all these people at a change conference. It's not tidy,
it's not.
Right? It's not.
And those designations.
Yes, you have stewards, special assistants, executive assistants, technical assistants, confidants, manager. I think it's an absolute show of shame. It's, it's kind of like we're becoming a caricature of ourselves. Like people were afraid that this was going to happen, that, oh, you know, there's government expenditure. We talked about the size of our and the amounts we're seeing. And to see this even exported overseas, it's embarrassing. I think it's absolutely embarrassing, and it's unbecoming, I think, of the president to allow himself to be part of this show.
Right, Sheito, have you seen any press statement from the government even trying to defend the fact that they have over 1,000?
They haven't defended it yet, but
this has been trending for what, almost a day and a half now, 2 days.
I mean, the Nigeria's large delegation is coming at a time of economic difficulties, which is why I understand why Nigerians are groaning, you know, about this. We're looking at, you know, higher fuel prices, inflation, rising food, and then now this. I mean, I was doing my calculation because I was like, okay, 1,411 participants. And apart from the ones that could not squeeze themselves into the presidential jet, we're looking at almost three loads of people that had to go. And there's no direct flight to the UAE now because of, you know, the current, visa ban that we have. And when you look at that, it comes to a whopping $2,400 for a return ticket from Abuja to Dubai. Now, if you multiply that,
That's economic.
I mean, excuse me, if you're going for the delegates, you can't fly economy. I mean, everybody can obviously fly, but that's
that's business class?
Yes, that's business class, and 1,160 for economy. Now, just for that number, we're looking at $2.78 million for flight ticket alone. We're not talking about, you know, accommodation, feeding, all of those little things. That, as you know, so I agree with everyone. I think that's what just really worries me about it. If you like, be 2,000. But I think what it is at this point is, just to play the devil's advocate, is that there hasn't been an official statement saying that the federal government paid for everybody to be there. They're saying that there's some NGOs personal, like you said, confidence, maybe persons that said, okay, I just need to be there for my boss, so I'll spend my own money to be there on the list.
Okay,
yes.
So guys, I felt I should highlight this video because we don't even know if this government knows what they are doing. You know, we don't know if they understand. You heard the lady, how much she was saying is going to cost each person to be flown back to Nigeria at the expense of the taxpayers. That's just the worrying aspect of all these things. How can you take 1,400 and plus persons just to a conference and you be the one to see to their expenses? So I don't know. Nigeria is just one funny country. We've really entered one chance, you know, for INEC to give us this APC-led government, and for the judiciary to uphold the TINUBU as the president of Nigeria. This is just one of the, I mean, when you hear that somebody entered one chance, I think this is it just happening in front of you and I. Tell me, how are we going to manage this government for the rest, let me say 3+ months, 3 years and some months that is still left for them to finish their tenure? And don't forget, he is still eyeing to come back again. Let's see how the judiciary is going to come to his rescue should he say he wants to run again. Let's see what the judiciary is going to tell us about, you know, the forfeiture, the forgery, except if he decides to say, okay, I didn't go to school, but I've got the experience as an ex-governor or a one-term president and all that. He may want to rely on his experience because the Constitution allows you to do that. Let's see how all this is going to play out, because with this kind of person, like you've heard Aisha Yusufu saying that this person, he's just trying to, you know, trying to make the world accept him, or no world leader who has sense that will look at him coming to this conference with 1,000+ persons that will think he's doing the right thing. When you know your country is struggling financially and so many things, they will tell us they met a very big mess. You know, when they came in, Buhari left a bankrupt Nigeria. That is what they inherited. That's what they've told us, that they inherited a bankrupt Nigeria, and you are still wasting money that you are supposed to, you know, properly plan with. is what you are wasting, just taking people to Dubai to go and enjoy Christmas. At the end of the day, they are going there to do Christmas shoppings and all that. Still government money, still government money. So that is where we are as a country. So guys, I don't know what you think about all this. Let me know your reaction in the comment section. But I think we all must rise up to hold this government accountable. If you think anything good is going to come from this government, you are making a mistake. Just look at the way things have been happening in this country. You get to know that they don't even have the good of the people at heart. Look at the other day, the president went to present the budget for 2024. It was an empty box. People started reacting. How will he just come and present the budget without any detail, no information on what is planned? As in, they just came with that box just to fulfill obligation because they don't want it to be carried over to January. And then the president has been busy going to different countries. He was in South, and then he came back. He traveled to, where was he again before he now went to this UAE? He has been busy going around, no time to sit down and look into what is happening in Nigeria. Look at kidnappings all over the places. People are losing their lives. Even some of our security agents are just dying anyhow. They don't want to sit down and plan for the good of this country. Just when they go and come back, they'll just take money and begin to waste it anyhow. All we hear in the news is they are going to renovate this, they are going to buy these cars, they are going to fix this for the president, build this for the vice president. Just things that don't make meaning. These are the headlines that we see. And we are just hoping that God will help us come out of this mess that the judiciary has put us into, because we thought that the judiciary was the last hope for the common man, but as it stands now, it is not the last hope for the common man. So let me just quickly take this comment and then we call it a day. I don't know why it's not showing. Okay. So why wouldn't they waste borrowed resources for a jamboree where Nigerians are sitting down like captives or 17th century slaves? That is it. Why won't they waste the little money that we have? They are just as if we are nobody. We are nobody. Look at this government that just came and said subsidy removed. They told us they are saving money from the subsidy. And then they've not told us where they are channeling that money they are getting from subsidy, only for them to go are borrowing. Anywhere they hear bell of, we want to borrow money, we want to lend money to you guys, they will run there to get money. Who is going to pay? Nigerians. We will pay that money. No matter how long it takes, you and I, government, accountable. Don't relent. Like Peter Obi said that, see, your work has not finished. Even if I become president, you have to be monitoring to see if what I promised you, if I'm keeping to those things. That's what Mr. Peter Obi told us. So if somebody like Mr. Peter Obi wants you to be monitoring him, how much more these people that we don't even know what their plans are? We don't know what their plans are. So that is it, guys. I don't know what to really say when I look at the way this country is really going. When will Nigeria stop talking and start acting? I detest people who are so docile. Can't you revolt? Yes, this is also a way of revolting. It's because we are not comfortable with what is happening, and that's why we are shouting. You must causing some uproar and all that. No, this what we are doing, we are like sensitizing ourselves, informing ourselves on why we should reject these governments, on why we should reject these old politicians, on why we should retire them, on why we should see elections as, forget what INEC did, forget what the judiciary quality did. It won't be permanent, It will get to a point, like I've always said, they will get to know that power belongs to the people, not to them. How many people are even the ones holding Nigeria hostage? They are just a handful of them. You and I have got the power, and that is what we are going to exercise in retiring these politicians. Don't worry, it will happen. It won't take long. Okay, this person, possibly he or she is, I think he's a he, he's trying to cite this president. No one born of a woman can dare this best president of our time. My joy is that his performance is unprecedented. Yeah, if that is the way you see it, good and fine. But I know that many Nigerians are not happy with what they are seeing. So, Lady Jane, thank you very much for being with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence. So, guys, let's call it a day at this point. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the way TINUBU is managing the resources of this country, taxpayers' money, at such a time when so many people, so many companies, companies cannot even run their generators, their diesel generators and fuel generators because of, the subsidy removal that has caused a hike in prices of things in Nigeria. Let me know what you think about this latest developments. And, Peter Obi has reacted to this, saying that they are just wasting the little resources of Nigeria. Drop your thoughts, and please don't forget to like this video like I always played with you. If you've not subscribed, please do me that favor. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's see again later in the evening. I want to say a very big thank you for staying with me to the end of this live show. Let's meet later in the evening. Bye.